Hey everyone, it's me, Donna. Yes, I'm back again. Uh, this is going to be another idea video. This has to do with the area downtown where a building partially collapsed. The front part of it did. Of course, most of these buildings downtown are very, very old. Some of them have been renovated, some of them haven't. I believe a church was in this particular building, and they were in the middle of renovation when the front part of the building collapsed. So it ended up, the owner either gave it to the city or sold it to the city. I think they gave it to the city. I'm not exactly 100% sure on that, but anyway, it ended up in the city's hands. Well, not long ago, the city was in the process of bidding the building off, like, selling it or whatever, trying to, sell it off. But I don't know if anyone bought it or not, and what all happened with that. But regardless, I do hope whomever ended up with the building, whether it be a private owner or the city or some big company or whatever, I do hope that you come across this video and that maybe you like my ideas. But let's get started. Okay. And I say this not knowing any details, not anything about the building. I know, I have no money. I have no way of doing anything myself. This is just some ideas that I have. Okay. All right. If I were rich enough to have been the person that bought the building, blah, 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 I would knock the building down for starters. Just knock it down, because from the looks of things, in my opinion, this building would be untrustworthy, and I would not bother with trying to renovate it. I think I would just tear it on down as safely as I could and just get rid of the building. Okay, then I would slap down some black asphalt, which that seems to be my theme, because I don't know, for some reason I just like the look of black asphalt. Go figure. I just think it pops. I think it's it just looks good. So I would knock the building down, then just slap down some black asphalt. Okay, then I would come on back with the building, maybe make it anywhere from maybe 3/4 to just half the size that it used to be, and have it come on back a little bit to where people can go up into like a little parking lot area and park their vehicles. It'd be easier for that as far as traffic, because downtown traffic is awful. There's really not that many places to park except right on Main Street where they've got little parking areas, and then there's on down from that, there's like church parking lots or whatever. But to me, it'd just be better if things could be done to free up space for parking downtown. But of course, that's another video, and I've even discussed this in other videos. I definitely think that parking needs to be better downtown. But anyway, in order to help with that situation, because naturally, you're gonna when the new building gets built, there's going to be stores and things like that in it, and you want a place for your employees to park as well as customers. Okay, so I would try to do that. Okay, all right. I would put 3 stories to the building, as well as a basement in the building. Okay. All right. As for the basement, part of the basement would be like a storm shelter, because, let's face it, in this area, tornadoes have increased. There's over the years, there's been like an uptick in tornadoes and things like that. So I think just as a safety precaution, I think it would be a good idea to put a storm shelter in the basement of this building, so that anyone working or any customers who happen to be in the building at the time of a tornado warning can just go down to the basement into the shelter. Okay. All right. The other part of the basement could be turned into like a wine and cheese store, where they sell wines and cheeses, and maybe allow taste testing type stuff. I don't know what all would be needed for that, what type of license. I mean, naturally you'd have to have a liquor license, but I don't know what all would be involved in being able to set something like that up. There may be extra stuff that you have to do, but anyway, it's just, just a suggestion from someone who's ignorant on the whole subject. Okay. All right, so that could be for the basement. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think a lot of people would be interested in that. Go downstairs, go eat you a little bit of cheese, and taste a little bit of wine, just so that you can buy some wine or whatever, and some cheese. Okay. All right. Up on the first floor, I think it would be a good idea to have a building with a big open window that covers most of the front area, as well as a section of the side area, and just have the glass part just pop to anyone driving downtown. And that says, hey, this is a cool building. We're open for business. Come on in. Okay. So I think that would be great. Have it kind of look like, a bay type window, just open, But anyway, all right. And it's the same thing for the second floor. Have two floors with, big tall glass that just stretches a good portion of the building. Okay. All right, on the first floor, I think it would be a good idea to create, of course, a coffee shop similar to Starbucks, of course, with a different name. It'd be, hometown type of coffee shop, but it wouldn't be the type of coffee shop where you come in and you have to sit down and drink out of a ceramic cup and get you a sandwich or whatever, because they've tried that downtown, and I just don't think that's a good idea. I think it would be a good idea to offer things in disposable cups, whether it be plastic or paper or whatever, styrofoam, however they want to do it, to where people can come in, get what they want on the go, and go. Whether it be, different types of coffees and different types of teas, that sort of thing. Make your product as good as Starbucks. So I think that would be a good idea for a part of the building. All right. And also to have a store that sells candied apples, big strawberries, or different sizes of strawberries, and different types of confectionery stuff in that nature. Have it be covered in different types of chocolates, as well as different types of candied stuff. I love seeing those big apples, candy covered apples. Oh my goodness, especially the chocolate. Oh my gosh, those things are so good. And can you imagine strawberries? Oh my goodness, just think of all the wonderful things that could be done with that type of stuff. I think people would love that. And you can have like neat little boxes to put some of the stuff in that's real pretty, especially like if you want to buy a box full of strawberries, chocolate covered strawberries. I mean, that would just be so wonderful to offer something like that. Okay. All right. Also, I think it would be neat on that floor to have like a bakery type thing, which I know we already have a bakery type area on down from Main Street, which it's on Main Street too, but it's on down. But I think it would be a good idea to have the type of bakery that would offer things that other bakery doesn't. The other bakery is called Connie's Creations, and I'm not knocking on her business or anything like that. I would want something different, something that offers the customer something completely different from what she does, so that it doesn't, interfere, because that's not the goal here. The goal is to get more people, more customers, but not to completely knock somebody else out of business, And, you know, you don't want to do that. I just don't think that's a good idea, especially in a small town. You know, there's room for everybody, but you got to offer something different. And I think it would be neat to offer different kinds of breads, really good smelling small loaves of breads that people can eat on. Put things in them to where they could be a snack within themselves. You know, they can either be plain or have different snacks. And, you know, you can have your different types of herbs, you know, all that type of stuff. Okay. All right. Also, within this bakery bread business, offer things like calzones and pizzas, like single-serve pizzas. I think that would be neat. Just have, like, you know, like one slice of pizza that people can eat on and have it just be so good and just so gourmet, and just, you know, offer stuff like that. Because we used to have I believe, Domino's Pizza downtown. And then it turned into 5-Star Pizza, you know, but then it went out of business. And up on the 4-lane, there's Papa John's and Pizza Hut are the only 2 pizza areas around here. But it would be neat if a person could have something that offers, you know, those single-serve slices, and it's homemade, and it's made in, you know, in a specialty type way, to where it's way different from these chain stores or chain restaurants that sell pizza. Okay, I think that would be so neat to offer people. So yeah, I think that would be wonderful for the first floor. Okay, all right, and then up on the second floor. What was it I said for the second floor? Let me think for a second. What did I say? Oh my goodness, my mind went blank. I'll have to look. Hold on. Just a minute. What did I say for that? Oh yeah. Alright, up on the second floor, have like an oil shop that sells different types of oils and candles. You know, different things of that nature, to where people can buy all kinds of varieties of that, like any type of incense or oils that you want to buy. This shop would be the place. You know, they would have everything, anything you could want, anything you need, as far as that goes, it could be offered within this shop. Okay. All right. Also, I think it would be neat to have a bookstore up on the second floor, which I know some people are like, oh my gosh, a brick and mortar bookstore? Are you kidding me? But I just think that it would be a good idea, because especially if you offer different things, different varieties, different genre of books, and of course it would be like on the small scale, because there would be like it'd be in a small area within the building, but you could offer, still all kinds of different things. I don't think we need another Christian bookstore, because we used to have one downtown, and I think it went out of business eventually. But I just think something that offered different types of books would do a lot better downtown. I'm talking from science fiction to mystery to Christian to spiritual, where you offer different kinds of things. You can offer tarot cards, mystical books, you name it. All kinds of varieties, all types of fiction, all types of biographies, just a whole vast genre of books. I think it would be neat for the store to offer it. Like I said, I know there probably won't be very much as far as shelf space, but, a good person, a smart person can figure out probably what the public would want and what would sell, and they can just kind of rotate their books out based on that. Just get a feel for the area and get a feel for what people want and what people are buying. So, yeah. But I think it would be neat for them to offer something like that. Okay, all right. And then on the roof of this building, I think it would be neat to have a radio station or a main company, let's put it this way, that can run a radio station. They can get a license or whatever, but have different, like, I would say maybe 3 or 4 different radio stations within this radio station company, okay, and have it be up on the roof and have it be surrounded pretty much by glass, like the outer walls of this radio station be glass, so that they can get like a picturesque view of all of downtown, especially like the main street downtown. I think that would be so lovely. And have cameras, like a few webcams set up on the roof of this building to where it can be a nice view of downtown. Okay, all right. This company could have its radio stations be on, the radio as well as on the internet. Have its own thing set up and have each, mini radio station in its own little spot within this building, okay, and have the soundproof walls, and have it set up to where there's no interference, there's no radio wave interference or anything of what's going on within each little mini radio station or whatever, but have different, have like a rock and roll station, or shall I say a pop station that plays the latest pop music, something that plays, drum roll please, K-pop. I think that would be neat, to have a radio station here in this area that actually played K-pop type music, or different foreign pop music, to where people can be exposed to all kinds of different pop music from around the world, and especially K-pop, because that's pretty popular. And I'm telling you, K-pop is cool. I mean, I love K-pop music. Even at my age, I love K-pop music. I just love it. It's got a good beat to it. It's got, the singers are really good, and it's just good music. I like it. So, yeah, I'm just a pop girl anyway. Okay. All right. Then maybe a radio station that plays like, 80s and 90s country, that could offer something like that. And then maybe another radio station that can have like maybe sort of like talk radio, but yet they can put on like different types of broadcasts to where almost like a prairie home companion, which I've discussed this before in other videos. I think it would be neat if they could, offer something like that, have people come in and do skits and tell stories, and even they can do interviews with different people, and maybe turn it into something like NPR type stuff sometimes, so each time or section of the day or the weekend or whatever, there can be different types of programming going on that involve either, talking and interviewing, maybe, a news hour, and like I said, skits, people putting on, different types of skits and plays and things like that, to where you can hear it on the radio, kind of like in the old days, when they, Orphan Annie and, different types of stuff like that. I think it would be neat. So yeah, I mean, I just think this would be so cool, and it would really liven up this area and downtown if something like that was offered. So can you imagine standing on the roof of this building right outside or within the radio station, like if you're a DJ, and there you are sitting there and you're looking out on Main Street and you can see, cars go by on the street downtown, and you can tell people, about the weather and, how everything looks downtown. I mean, how cool would that be? And, like I said, to have it on both the radio as well as the internet. And most importantly, the internet. Like, even if they couldn't allow it, on the radio, because I know from what I've understood, you gotta go through the FCC or something like that in order to get a license and blah, blah, blah for the radio. But either way, it could still be put on the internet, and you know, how cool would that be? And then, like I said, have the webcam on the internet to where people can see from the roof how everything looks downtown. Wouldn't that be cool? Yay! I know some people are like, really, Donna, really? But yeah, I mean, that's just, I think it'd be neat. So yeah, that's my ideas pretty much in a nutshell for what I think could be done with that building to really liven things up downtown, to bring in business, to create jobs, and, keep things going and make use of that spot. But definitely I think that building has got to go. I mean, which means somebody can come in there and probably, fix it up and you'd never know. I mean, you can probably do a great job, but in my opinion, I just knock that thing down and slap up a whole brand new building, But anyway, at the end of this video, I'm going to post drawings that I did of my vision of what this building should look like from both the front part and the side part. So yeah, anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.